What is this payment thing? Picture this. You just finalized your first footwear collection. The factory sends over the invoice for $30,000. You log into your bank, hold your breath, and hit send. And then you wait. You sit there for 60, 90 days, thousands of miles away, just hoping and praying that a container full of high quality footwear actually shows at your door. Every single week, I talk to brand founders who lose sleep over this exact scenario. And unfortunately, a lot of them get burned, not because the factory is a malicious scam, but because the founder fell into the payment trap. They agreed to the wrong payment terms and they accepted the wrong shipping acronyms. Today, I'm going to give you a masterclass on how to financially negotiate with overseas suppliers. I'm going to break down the golden rule of payment splits and why accepting a quote that says EXF might be the fastest way to bankrupt your new brand. Let's first start with how you actually pay the factory. When you're a new, unproven brand, a factory will often send you an invoice demanding 100% or so payment upfront, or maybe 50-50. They will tell you it's a standard company policy. Here's the hard truth. The second a factory holds 100% of your money, your leverage drops absolutely to zero. If you finish production and the shoes look terrible, if the glue is messy, the stitching is crooked, you have no power to force them to fix it. They already have your cash. What are you going to do? Fly to Asia and ask for a refund? You must negotiate a 30-70 split. You pay a 30% deposit upfront. This gives the factory the capital they need to purchase the raw materials, buy the leather, and cut the molds. The remaining 70% is paid only after the production is finished and after a boots on the ground quality control inspector has physically verified that the shoes match your tech pack. If the shoes fail inspection, you should hold that payment hostage until the factory fixes the mistakes. That's how you protect your capital. Now let's talk about sneaky shipping acronyms factory used on their quotes. These are called Incoterms. Let's say you get a quote back and the factory says they can make your shoe for $15 a pair. You're thrilled, but you look closely at that $15. It says EXF, which stands for X Factory. X Factory means the factory's only responsibility is to put the shoes in a box and leave them on their own loading dock. That's all. You, the founder sitting in New York, London, or wherever, are completely responsible for hiring a local trucking company, navigating export customs, paying port fees, and booking an ocean freight. If you don't have a freight forwarder on your payroll, an EXF quote is a complete disaster. That $15 shoe will easily cost you $25 by the time you figure out the logistics. So the fix is you need to ask for FOB quote. FOB stands for free on board. Under FOB terms, the factory is legally and financially responsible for putting your goods on a truck, clearing local export customs, and safely loading them onto the cargo ship at their nearest port. This should be your standard benchmark when comparing prices between different factories. Now, sometimes you might see DDP, delivered duty paid, as an option, which is where factories handles everything straight to the client's door. But you should note that factories normally bake a heavy premium into that pricing. So be cautious. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't take it, but you should consider whether or not that would be a best option for you. Now, sometimes it's incredibly difficult to negotiate a 30-70 payment split or force favorable FOB terms when you're a startup emailing a massive manufacturer from across the world. They know you don't have the volume to push back. Maybe that's something that we can help you here at Central Team Global. We don't just find you a factory. We act as your financial shield because we aggregate volume across multiple brands. Factories normally accept our strict payment terms. When you work with us, we hold that final payment and our boots on the ground engineering team walks the factory floor, inspects the production run, and we only release your funds to the factory when we are 100% satisfied that your inventory is perfect. Now stop wiring money into the void and hoping for the best. If you want to protect your capital and ensure your inventory arrives to spec, check the link in the description and let's have a conversation. Hit subscribe for more supply chain secrets, and I'll see you in the next video.